All right, we are Esplanade On Air, living the dream in the district. I'm your podcast pro, Jamie Taylor, broadcasting from the Esplanade district, and I am here with two residents and members of the workforce in the district, Stephen and Wendy. Hi, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thank you for coming on the show. Everyone else has been a little bit more difficult, but you guys live here, so you have a little bit more excitement about coming on the show, right?
Yes.
So tell me about your experience, and I'll let you go ahead and start, Stephen, because I haven't really had a chance to get to know you as well as with Wendy. I've been walking back and forth a little bit with her. She's got such a great personality, and I'm excited to get to know more about her. But tell me how your guys' journey ended up from moving out of state to finding the Esplanade.
Well, when we first got here, we were looking for houses. We thought that's what we kind of wanted to do was, come here and find a house because we were in an apartment in Colorado. And we were just having trouble finding the right spot. We wanted to be by the river. We want to be out of town. We didn't really know. And then Wendy one day just, I don't know how she found them, but we came down and applied. And as soon as we seen the place, we fell in love immediately.
Yeah, just as soon as you walk in here, it's over. Flip that for me real quick. And then while he's doing that real quick, Wendy, tell me how you found him.
So we were looking for a house to rent, but we were running into problems that when you put an application in, 20 other people have already put an application in also.
You don't say.
Yeah.
As if you didn't come from a market that was doing even crazier things.
Yep.
Yes.
So I thought, oh my gosh, babe, we're going to have to move back to Colorado. We can't find a place. And so I'm like, okay, well, we just need to look at apartments because this doesn't happen with an apartment.
Right.
And so I started calling everyone down the list. Hardly any apartments even had any availability. I started to get discouraged, and I kept calling, and I found Esplanade, and they said they definitely had availability. So we came down that day, and while she was showing us an apartment, she mentioned they needed some office help, and I said, well, I'm on unemployment, and I need a job. And so that's how that came about.
Yeah, which is interesting because you have such a great work ethic, and you come in here and seem to be so busy all the time, and you're very focused, and you come in and you're like solving problems. And I thought that was so cool because I'm around, so I hear the culture of everything, and I get the experience of being part of this. And it's cool because people walk in the door and I just bring them to Wendy, and Wendy's like, hey, I'm available, whatever you need.
Yep.
So that's really kind of a cool story. And how did you get roped into this? I mean, I know obviously you knew where you're going to live, but how did you get roped into that t-shirt?
Well, I was actually, I've been a commercial painter for about 20 years.
Nice.
So when we first got to Little Rock, I got a job here with a company immediately at the Children's Hospital.
Nice.
And as soon as we moved in, I met James and then Renee. And it was about a week later, I think, when James said he needed a helper. Well,
James, you do need a helper. Thank God you're here, Stephen.
I've been doing it for so long, and I fix stuff myself. But I thought, why not work where I could live, and it was wonderful.
Living the dream. That's like, I love this, that's what he puts on the front, live the dream, because that is what you're doing now at this point.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm just going to be very super duper open about this. Y'all have the opportunity to live somewhere and work somewhere, but you can swim in that pool. You can come play in the clubhouse.
Yep.
You can be in the fitness center. You can have access to all this stuff.
We've got the best of both worlds.
You're so lucky, and you're maintenance free.
Yep.
Yes.
Gas.
Except for James. Yep. James, you have to do all the work. Is that going to be weird whenever you call James? You're like, come fix this.
Yeah, right.
I know we're friends, but I need you to come up in here and fix my stove.
He'll tell me get a work order probably.
Yeah. Hey, James, we got some work orders coming your way. That should be fun. You should start sending fake work orders. I'm just kidding. No one tell Blake we're having this much fun. I know.
That's a great idea.
Don't do that.
Blake's watching and going, don't do that.
Yeah, really.
No, but seriously, so tell me about from out of state, though, because you're coming from Colorado to Arkansas. So you're coming from a different market to this market. What part of Colorado, anyways?
Colorado Springs.
Okay, so I mean, from an outdoorsy kind of perspective, Arkansas has it all. So you're excited about that because we obviously, and you're on the bike trail and you've got all these great things. But when you're searching for apartments, now that you're looking and you've seen everything that's out there, tell me what the differences are for you as a consumer, not so much as an employee of the Esplanade.
It's spectacular here. I mean, the amenities that you get are just off the chain. It's gorgeous here. Arkansas is gorgeous anyways, but then when you come to the Esplanade, I mean, it'll knock you off your feet. Everything. I just feel really pampered.
Yeah.
Down to taking my trash out. I'm pampered here.
Yeah, and you know what? He said, I'm taking the trash out. He's like, that's where you guys are. So I'd be like, James, do I have to do this too? So how do you, experience when you say you feel like you're pampered and you're not working here, you're just like really just, you're at work. You have a dog park. You talk about the amenities though. Tell me about your guys' ability to go downtown and like being close to stuff.
Yeah, we're close to everything down here. You've got all the downtown restaurants, the things that you don't find in the suburb divisions are here downtown, and we're right here by it. So it's perfect. We love it.
Yeah, the baseball stadium's close. You have fishing right off the river.
Yep.
You could walk, like unlike she was saying in the suburb, you're kind of packed full of people and neighbors everywhere and the hustle and bustle of the city, but we got both worlds here. We're a little bit off from the downtown, but just a few seconds away, and we're right back at Dickey Sporting.
Dickey Stevens.
Yeah, Dickey Stevens, the baseball stadium.
I love how you guys already know this much about where you live, and you just moved here. Like that, that should be speaking volumes for our area.
Yeah, and it's cool to me. I've already learned pretty much. I could get myself around, and I love being here because then you get to travel to different places that you've never seen, like Contrail, the West Side, and we're in between both, Sherwood's not that far from us, so you get I like the excitement of being here.
Yeah.
And the hustle and bustle of downtown, but we're not in downtown.
Right.
Exactly, but you still get to see what's going on, and the fireworks show was amazing right from the river.
Yeah.
So that was enjoyable. We never got to see that before, so our first time with that was great.
I'm seriously like, you guys realize you've landed in the very best spot ever too, because coming from Colorado, like, and you look around other developments in Little Rock, and I love and that's the thing. Real estate's great, and I love apartment complex, especially when they're well maintained and taken care of. But what Blake does, like with the villa and here, and it's ridiculous. I hate to say, but it's all such a higher level of quality. And when we were just out there before I came in to start recording, I walked by and Renee had your green envelopes you were working on before we came in here. I was like, what are those? She was like, they're notices. I'm like, that's the nicest envelope I've ever seen for a notice. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I told you, we're just pampered all the way down to taking the trash out or even the notices that get put on the door. Everything's top of the line.
Yeah, we're not just sticking a note on your door with a piece of tape.
No.
It's got a gold
it's a nice
impressed.
closed envelope.
Like literally looks like good news.
Yeah, you're excited to open it.
Yes, you're excited about it.
And to honestly, I lived in Colorado for 45 years, but you ain't going to get this kind of treatment in Colorado, period.
No, I don't think you get it anywhere, but I'm in Arkansas. I'm one of those people that I came here and I will never leave. So I'm from the West Coast originally as well, California. By way of Las Vegas, I landed in Arkansas and loving it here. There's no way I'm going anywhere else. Yeah. It's too beautiful and too much fun. But the Esplanade is different because what you probably do see in some other parts of the country is you'll see these big, nice apartment developments. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming there were probably some big, nice apartment developments where you come from. But there's not anything like this from what you toured
either. Not to this level. No.
No, we do have nice apartment communities, but you won't see, trash bins in the hall for the tenants not to have to walk and dump their own trash. You won't see amenities like a life-size chessboard.
That is really cool. Yeah.
You won't see flagpole, poles or flags on every pole, a water fountain out front. It's just
the dog park.
It's not seen. The dog park,
the fire pits.
A dog park where we come from is a little chain fenced in area with dirt. That's what they call a dog park. Mm-hmm. We do have the higher end neighborhood in Colorado Springs, but the amenities are nothing close to what we have here.
Yeah, it's a different experience, and I do really love it. Part of having it is the podcast studio too. Like I like to toot my own horn and take the attention off you and remind you that. No, I'm just kidding. End of the day, though, like the podcast studio was something that's another different piece. And I knew you were excited about coming on the show, which made me excited.
Good.
Because Wendy was like, what? And I'm like, you have to come. But it was exciting for me to get both of you together because I'm assuming, first of all, you're a married couple, so there's different dimensions I'm going to get. But also, you moved from out of state into the area, into the Esplanade, and you have experience now working for the development in addition to living. That's very unique, and I think that's why I really want to get your story about it. Because
we came here not even realizing that we were going to live the dream like we are.
Yeah.
That's what we feel like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be painting for another 20 years. But, we've both been blessed that, Renee, James, Blake, you know, and I love that Blake has such a keen eye for detail.
Have you ever seen somebody sit on his job site and just
No, I haven't. Not even a painter GM or GC painting. We built one of the Olympic Training Center Museum in Colorado Springs, and it was, I think, $4.5 billion they spent. I didn't see one contractor that was that keen of an eye to little things that were so important, just to not only visual, but the whole experience. You know, you walk in the door, you don't even remember that you're in Arkansas.
No, you have, it like smells different.
Yes.
There's sound when you walk in. It's like you're on vacation.
Very clean.
Yes.
And I feel that, you know, this is the furthest I've ever been away from Colorado in 45 years. And I feel like I'm at a resort every day. It's just
that's
amazing.
Exactly what he was going for. So he's going to love that.
It,
yeah, he nailed it. Yeah. But,
yes,
and back to that too, when you come about pride in residency, where you live, being able to say, come to my house, you know, this is one of those places you're like, hey,
right,
come to my house.
Yes.
We can hang out at my house. But that's the other part of what you said about Blake. I want to go back to that for a second. The other day I came out here to record on Monday, and he was out here picking up trash in his collared shirt. I mean, drenched in sweat in the humidity, picking up trash, moving cinder blocks where he didn't want them, sweeping rocks off the road.
Yep.
And that's the kind of thing where it's like he works with you, and he works with you, and he works with me, and he literally works with everybody trying to keep this thing
going. Yes.
Kind of wild, huh?
Yes.
Now their headquarters here, so he's like every day. And
right.
It used to just be like 3 to 5 days a week.
No, it's cool. We seen him just the other day too, picking up sawhorses and taking them all the way to the trash. You know,
shout out
and
Blake. You're doing it right.
Yes, he is. Good job, Blake. And you don't see a lot of people, investors or property managers, that want to be a part that far. You know, it's usually build it. You never see him again.
It becomes about income and profitability.
Right.
It doesn't come about the experience.
Right.
I remember one of the things that he had talked about in the very first episode of Esplanade On Air. He talked about the experience of parking your car and walking into your apartment.
Right.
And feeling like you don't live in an apartment because you feel like you're going on vacation. You're going to your destination as opposed to...
Yep.
You know, that, well, I guess I don't have to ask because you're like agreeing. You're like, yes, that's exactly what it feels like.
It really does.
It does.
We're not even shortchanging it. It really does.
So how do you feel about all the future development? Because you're on the inside, like, you know what's coming. There's a lot of things that he hasn't released to the public, but that are in the works and they're taking shape. And you already know what you're going to be dealing with. Your workload's about to increase significantly.
Yes, very much so.
As you realize, you know, hey, this is our home. We're going to be inviting hundreds of people in the future to be part of this development. There's so many different levels of it and different things that are going to be here. Tell me about that experience for you as far as what is the most exciting thing for you looking forward, and also what's the most unexpected thing that you've experienced so far?
Well, we are excited about what is coming. It's going to be huge. This is only the beginning, and so it's super exciting to hear about all the different things. It's not just a phase 2 coming. It's much more than that that's coming. And so we're excited to be here and be a part of that.
Your original members.
Yeah, we're the OG.
Yeah, you're OG. You're OG
right.
Esplanade.
Yes, and I like that. You know, I'm excited just to see not only the next phase put up, but, you know, phase 3, phase 4, the retail stores.
Phase 3 today. And
you know, the houses, the townhouses that Blake has miraculously came up with and designed and developed this area. And I just think it's amazing, you know, that to watch something start from even where we were when we first came in here, and we looked, you know, it was beautiful, but it was rough. They were still doing work. And to see things that have changed even in the last 2 weeks, and, you know, just the encouragement of everyone's excited. The contractors,
it's fun to be here.
Everyone wants to see what's going to happen, and I'm really excited. I think it's great with being close to the river, you know, and once it's developed, yes, I think people are going to enjoy it as much as we are.
It's so amazing. I even like my favorite part of the development, and it's funny because there's all these amazing things, and it should be the podcast studio. It kind of is, but there's that light outside that says, I like where this is going.
Yes.
And I love that light the most, and it was the first thing when I told Blake when I went out that door, I'm like, you're my favorite, because that light is literally, I like where this is going, and I want to talk about it more, and we created a whole platform off of it.
Right.
And I think that's, you know, it's exciting to hear that the residents are also having fun.
They are.
It's one thing when you work here and you love, but it's different when you live here and you get to say it from that perspective.
Yeah, and you get that feeling, you know, we had that live DJ
Tell me about
weekend,
Sunday. I didn't get to come.
And it was great. You know, the music was contemporary. It felt, you know, like you were at a party hanging out, but there was just comfortable and relaxed and peaceful. And it was great. I enjoyed it.
Definitely resortful.
Yeah, I love that. That's a new word.
Yeah.
It's like restful and resort settings. That's perfect.
Yes.
Welcome to resortful living.
Yes.
We're coining that phrase. No one can steal it.
Yes, that's right.
Hands off, Tucci. I'm just saying. So that's the thing. Talk to me about these canopies and these cabanas. Ridiculous, right? So do you guys get to preferentially reserve them because you work here?
Oh.
No, just because you live here.
Right. No, I mean, they are, under, you know, for reserve.
But you have to just do it in advance, like first come, first serve.
Yeah, there's always some available, so that's not been an issue. And yeah, they're gorgeous. Just to have that ability to you know, be able to sit in a comfortable on a couch, and you've got your own speaker in there, and you've got a little mini fridge and your little lamp and
everything
your curtains,
you need.
and you want to take a break from the pool and the sun, you just go chill in there. It's just spectacular.
Yeah, it's got a privacy curtain, so it's nice.
That wasn't me. Oh, he has a service call right now.
No, James.
No, James, we're busy. Not right now. He's going to come around that corner. If he does, we'll yell at him and make him come in here. So talk to me about the floor plans real quick then, because you guys have experience living in one of these units, and we already know that it's luxury. So, I mean, like, even the door handles, it's ridiculous. The windows, I mean, it's all beautiful. But talk to me about the functionality of your floor plan.
I mean, the layout is just, it's perfect. All the amenities that are even inside the apartment are, you know, just right there at the same level with what's on the outside. So, you know, full-size washer and dryers, microwaves above the stove, food pantries, you know, ice maker in the fridge, down to the molding that, you know, the moldings that are on, you know, the trim of the apartments, everything. The door even to your washer and dryer is, you know,
lighted mirrors for all you ladies out there that like to look at yourselves and do your hair with the light on.
You know what? I'm sorry. I like how he just put that, like, all you ladies who want to do it.
Oh,
don't talk to me
trust
about
me.
You know how beautiful you look in that light. It's different.
Us needing a light. With
That's
the
bull.
mirror
The guys
on,
in here even came in and were like, "That's nice. It makes me look nicer."
Yeah.
Because
well, I guess he could,
Roman,
you know,
it makes you look
get it
nicer,
out,
right?
but-
Yeah. I'm telling you, you push the button on that mirror. And
But
it's like all
I've
of a
never
sudden-
seen nothing like that, and I think it's extremely cool.
It
Where you
is.
could just turn up the volume even, and it gets brighter or dimmer. You know, like I think it's cool.
Yeah, and you don't get that in apartment living, and that's the thing is, it's not
No,
an
you
apartment;
don't.
it's
Right.
luxury
It's
living.
really not.
It's
You
called
know,
luxury maintenance-free living.
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone I've talked to at home, all my friends on Facebook, you know, I send pictures to them, and my buddy just the other night was like, "Are you guys on vacation?" And I was like, "Where are you?" I said, "No, we're at home." And he's like, "In Arkansas?" I was like, "Yes, this is where we live." And everyone's amazed by the pictures of the pool, you know, and just the way it lights up at night with the cabana and the cover over the bar. Oh yeah, there's a swim up bar, everybody.
Yeah, we haven't even really talked about that
TVs.
so far on the show, like because that wasn't put together yet, and the TVs weren't up, and now it's like,
Yeah. And it just pops at night with the light shining up on it. It's beautiful. You couldn't ask for anything else more beautiful living in the city still.
Yeah.
You know, you're right here, and it makes you feel like you're far away. Like it really does.
Yep.
it's refreshing to me to hear you guys talk like this because so many people are like, well, there's nothing like that else here. You know, it's a new thing. It's kind of a visionary thing, which it is for the area in the sense that I've never seen anything like it either. I mean,
Right.
people a lot of times are looking for that profit and that margin where you really got to figure out how many residents can I have to make this work, in the sense where Blake's more like, I'm going to create a resort environment
Yes.
and give people the opportunity to live a dream
Yes.
within their development. And then for here, I mean, even creating content, even going out and getting your exercise, that fitness center is pretty awesome too, by the way.
Yes, state of the art. Yes.
Well, you know, if you build it, they will come. And
Exactly.
so we've got, like, the residents that we already have right now are just phenomenal. Everybody's so super sweet and just genuinely happy to be here.
It's kind of hard not to be happy when
It
you
is.
walk in this place, though.
Yeah.
Right.
The first time I came in, I was like, this is different. And there was still stuff on the floor. Like, it wasn't even remotely what it looked like right now, but I knew it was something different. And I'm so grateful to be part of it as well, because from the beginning, we'll be able to say, remember when there was just one phase? Remember
Right.
there was just 7 or 8
Yeah.
acres of
I
development?
can't
Right.
wait. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great to be like, hey, we were here first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think at that point, when you get phase 2 and 3, I'd like to just submit to the board that we get preferential pool cabana reservations
Right.
for being
Well,
here from the beginning.
You know, by
Seniority.
then we'll have 2 or 3 pools, because I think the whole plan is we'll have another one the
Don't
size
give
of
away the
this
whole whole plan. I don't know what we're allowed to say yet, so be careful. I know we've been good so far.
Well, it's going to be huge and it's going to be fabulous. It already is, and it's just going to grow in that direction.
Well, and when you mentioned the residents, like, first of all, you guys are cool. But that's the thing. Everybody that lives here has been so cool and so easy to talk to.
Yes.
And they're all, like, a lot of them are coming on the show to talk about what they do and why they chose to live here over any other place in Arkansas. Cool. So it's been exciting.
Yeah, that is cool.
It'll be fun. So what's your favorite part of working with Renee and James?
I love them. They just took me in.
You don't have to be totally nice, by the way, but okay.
No, I really do. I wasn't sure. You know, I've had the same job for the last 13 years. Yeah. So not only am I in a new state, a new home, but now I'm working with new people, and they just make it so relaxing and have made me feel so welcome and just took me in
They're
right
so
away.
funny,
They
too.
are.
Just easy to get along with.
Me and Renee crack up all day.
Yeah. You guys do crack up all day.
Do.
It's nice to see her have so much. I mean, she does so much, and it's nice to see her have so much help in someone that she likes so well. What about you and James? You seem to have a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we're already like two peas in a pod.
Yeah, you guys were out here playing pool, and I'm like, we're probably gonna have to wait for them to finish this game before you can get
It's like a brother that you didn't know you had. You know what I mean? Like he did. It wasn't. I never had that awkward feeling of, you know, you start a new job or move somewhere, you feel like, you know, you don't know nobody, or, you know. And so Wendy kept asking me, "Do you have the jitters about switching jobs?" And I was like, not really. I said, James makes me feel like we already knew each other, you know, and
comfortable.
The first day at work, we've been fine ever since, and me and James crack up just as much as they do. So
that's really fun because, and he really is. I mean, there's times I've called him and been like, "Hey, can you come back and unlock a door? Can you know?" And he's super
awesome.
Nice. His daughter's so sweet, and it kind of brings it back to that whole thing of like, you always wish that the place you worked felt like home, but then all of a sudden you do live at your work, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
So.
It's nice.
We're really enjoying it.
Well, you guys are a unique perspective and situation for us on the Esplanade and in the launch pad, because we got the opportunity to talk with you about perceptions from working here and from living here. And that was what I was excited about getting you on the show about. Yeah. But keep in mind, so as the show goes on, we're going to be grabbing hold of you as you walk through the lobby. There might be times that the faces are being built, or we run out of apartments to lease and have to wait for the rest of them to be finished and get some COs that will be coming in and checking in periodically on where you're at. So,
all right. My pleasure.
I've asked everybody so far, when one of the first restaurant concepts open. I'm trying to get a vote together so that I can submit it and say, look, I talked to everyone and this is what everyone wants. So if you had to choose one type of food for the first restaurant, what would you choose?
I'm going to have to say seafood.
Nice. What kind? Like fried, or like you're talking, I want some mahi-mahi and some like seared albacore tuna, or I want
fried.
Catfish,
shrimp,
come to
crawdads.
Yeah.
Nope. Yes. The rest of it was fine until you said that. What about you, Wendy?
I would probably go with Italian.
Wow, you're the first Italian vote,
nice.
Actually. There has been fish, there's been tacos, but there hasn't been Italian.
Go down and order me some lasagna.
Yeah. I was kind of expecting it to be opposite. That's how that's supposed to work.
Right.
I don't like red sauce. Not a big fan.
See why I want the restaurant. I can't make it at home for him. So if we had that here, I could go eat there.
Yeah, there you go. You can just go. Also, that's going to be pampered, and you've been pampered enough at your work that it's like, I don't know. When I leave here, I'll be honest, I go home and I'm just like, there's not a cabana here for me to lay in. There's no giant pool for me to stare at.
You're like, can I go back to work?
Yes. Can I go back to work, please? Monday and Friday are my favorite days of the week.
Right.
So, yeah. And so you know where to come to when you want to chat.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool.
So it's good to meet both of you guys. I know you have some kiddos and a big life to attend to, and you've got a lot of work to do, so I'll let you go. I would say what I always say when I get off the show, which is you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, but you can stay here.
But we can.
Because it's your home.
You're more than welcome to hang out.
Yes. So thank you guys for coming on the show.
Welcome.
No
Thanks
problem.
for having us.
Yes. And we are Esplanade off air in just a second. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Little Rock, we're out.